The Switch 2!
Switch 2
is here. Not here yet, actually. It's not here until June. June 5th, right?
June
June 5th is what they said, I think.
Brett will
June 9th, thank
confirm.
you.
You're
welcome.
welcome.
No, April 9th is when they're announcing it.
Oh.
June
5th.
Yeah.
That's
June
what I have in
5th,
our
yeah.
notes.
It's not
I was right
9th.
the first time.
There we go. June 5th, 2025 is now the official release date of the Nintendo Switch 2. They had a 1 hour long direct. A lot of stuff to unpack in this. We're going to focus in this segment of the podcast about the direct itself and the hardware and software announcements a little bit, like the software of the device. And then we're going to talk about games in another video. So we will touch on the games a little bit. Obviously, Mario Kart's super exciting and really cool, but we're going to focus in on the hardware here. So main thing to note here is that the Switch is coming out June 5th, 2025. It will be priced at $449, and there will be a Switch 2 plus Mario Kart bundle that will be $499. They did have the pre-orders starting April 9th, but that's since been delayed due to all the tariffs and stuff that are happening, so they haven't announced when that's going to be moved to yet, but they kind of want to see how that's going to affect.
Are going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Or if the prices might change. They're also doing a new system that I think is really smart, is they're doing a first-come, first-served basis to people. They're trying to prevent scalpers from taking this thing away from the fans.
Thank God.
So in order to purchase the pre-order the Switch, you have to have an active online membership with a minimum of 12 months paid and a minimum of 50 total game hours.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. What?
Yeah.
So someone brand new can't get it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Basically, fuck you. You know.
Wow.
This is for the diehards, bro.
I'll take that.
This is for the diehards, okay?
Yeah, I'm cool with it, I guess.
This is just for pre-orders. So, like, if you want to just get it day of, then it's available to everybody. But if you want to pre-order it to keep the scalpers from taking them all on day one.
Okay, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So it will cut out people that have never bought a Switch and are like, hey, I want to get a Switch. Well, you can't. But
I actually like that. So you're thinking about it some more. Okay.
Yeah. It's a good. I think it's a good system.
Yeah.
But there's a whole bunch of new hardware features here that they have announced. It is confirmed. It's a bigger screen, 7.9-inch LCD, not OLED, but LCD.
Ooh.
It's going to have games that run 1080p on your device, and then it's up to 4K, hallelujah, on the television. It will play games up to 120 frames per second with variable refresh rate. So that means not everything will play 120 frames per second, and most of that will be relegated to the 1080p on device. It's mostly going to be 4K, up to 4K, 60 frames per second on TV. Mm-hmm. But either way, I love more frames. Give me that stuff. All about that life.
Yeah.
Brand new Joy-Cons. So the Joy-Cons now have a magnetic snap instead of a slide. So the magnets, I didn't know this, but they did a pretty smart thing with it. The buttons, a little like ZL, L, whatever buttons at the top, they've made them bigger and they're made of metal, and those are the magnets. So the buttons themselves are the magnets, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, the buttons in the inside.
On the inside, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just
So
like,
rather
what
than
the
it being
fuck are you
separate
doing?
magnets or whatever, it's
I
like
thought you
the
meant like the fucking R1.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
was
Yeah.
just like,
yeah.
how
Well,
the
on
fuck
the
does that work?
Joy-Con,
How
on the
strong is
Joy-Con,
that
the little like
magnet?
ZL, ZR, or whatever it's called.
And
Yeah.
also, there's
On the
still
inside.
a release button on the side where you can pop them out.
Yeah, which
That's
basically
all.
is just like a little like prong that like sticks out
Yeah,
to like
sticks
move it
out to
away and
move it
stuff.
away.
But it seems like from what I've read and or like seen about people that have had it hands on, they said it feels like a much more grippier and like doesn't feel as flimsy, like it's going to fall off the device as much because of the new magnets that are really really strong. They
needed upgrade.
yeah, they also did confirm that the Joy-Cons are mice.
Nice.
And what I heard about this too, which I thought was kind of cool, is there's nothing you have to do, like press or do. You just simply lay the Joy-Con down like a mouse, and you can start using it as a mouse, and then lift it back up, and then go back to normal play. So it's like adaptive and like operates in that moment.
It's got that I don't know what's the little
Gyroscope.
little gyroscope in there, so it knows like when you're twisting it.
Yeah.
Stuff.
And there's a little sensor right next to the ZR button that like detects if it's on a surface.
God.
So they said that supposedly you can use it not only on a flat surface but on your pant leg if you want to, and it'll work in other areas and still be
How much
usable.
you think that fucking Joy-Con's going to cost?
Well, here's the other question: is it worth having? Because they had the rumble that's like, they had that one game. It's like, try out the
Rumble.
Switch and there's a rumble and it
Yeah.
feels like you're putting ice in your glass. and you only get to use it
I
for like
forgot about
2 or 3
that.
games, dude. And this Joy-Con's like $60 or $50 or whatever.
I think they're-
bet
I think they're
you-
80 or
bet you a
something.
replacement Joy-Con's going to be like 90.
No, it's going to be
Lame
like
money.
$60, $70.
You think so?
That's already out. Prices are out for the
prices
new one.
out for it?
Anyway,
Oh.
I'm just like, do we need the mouse feature? Like, what games are we going to use?
So I'm actually really excited about the mouse feature. I think it's gonna be very, very helpful. Like in Metroid Prime, for example, it's like you can play it as a shooter now.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Not
you have
even-
like mouse control,
That's true.
but then
Not
like
even that. It opens up more
Civilization
games.
7 and
Yeah.
stuff like that, you can
Yeah.
use your mouse. I was watching one of like a person playing a golf game where they can use their mouse to like adjust like the swing direction and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But and then they had that well, again, we'll talk about games later, but there was a game that they had that specifically used the mouse controls. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
Rocket League for cripples.
so mean.
What? It was true.
It's
Okay.
true.
Yeah.
Don't deny
But the mouse. I'm excited for the mouse controls. I think there's going to be a lot of good application for it in a lot of different ways that
Yeah.
like we just won't realize until we like get into the thing. But it's also optional, which
Gotta
is also
hope
cool. So
Gotta hope so.
yeah. The other things that they shared, the big C button that everybody was like, "What the heck is a C button?" It is game chat, and
love
this
it.
is built-in Discord in Switch because
So it's not Discord.
no.
Okay. I was
Nintendo does
very
not
Nintendo
like
chat.
Nintendo doesn't like to play nice with other platforms or entities, so this is its own system that
Because
they
whenever
built.
I saw it, it looks
Looks like Discord. Yeah.
very similar to Discord.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool.
But
I'm
no.
so happy for this because fucking the chat on the Switch, you had to get an app for your phone and connect it to the
So
phone
dumb.
to the Switch, or I don't even know how you connect it anymore. But it was so stupid. And we tried it once, I think, to play something, and we
Yeah.
never did it again.
No, this will be great, especially as they're pushing more into like multiplayer based games. It seems like there's a lot more social based games. I mean, it's gonna be cool to like, hey, if y'all want to get together and play like Super Mario Party Jamboree or whatever, we can jump on our Switches
that's
and
true.
like play online. And the fact that you can share screen, which is interesting. I mean, there's the audio supposedly. Yeah, but I also like that they were truthful about it. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't like, oh, this is like a simulated experience. It's like it's gonna be a little laggy, but it like gets the idea across that like
For Nintendo, it's okay, and
Yeah.
I'm not upset.
Right.
Some people were like, "Oh, look, it's like 5 FPS
Yeah.
for your friends." It's like, but you don't really need to see what they're playing. Like,
doesn't matter.
if
Yeah.
you can tell like what's happening. That's all you really need.
You did mention about the chat, and I just realized this is that the audio and stuff like that. I'm watching the video now is where the guy had the Switch hooked up to his TV and he's talking while someone's doing a blender behind him.
Right.
Like, is that really gonna fucking work?
That's
Is that-
that's a
is
real
that-
big question. Like that's
Is that
a
really
test
gonna work?
because it's supposed
Because
to have
when
noise
Austin gets on
canceling
his
and
microphone
stuff.
thing on his controller, it sounds like jack shit. And I hear Lizette doing dishes in the fucking background.
That
and
is
I'm
hilarious.
like, you need to mute yourself, man. Like, really?
I didn't know
Is
you could hear
technology
it.
that advanced?
Oh yeah, we hear it.
Oh yeah, we hear
Apparently,
it.
it's not. We are so far
I
behind.
don't see me sitting on my couch talking to my Switch that is like 10 feet away from me or 5 feet away from me. It's like,
Yes.
I don't think that's there.
Yes, exactly.
I think that's stupid.
No, that'll
Like,
be a see it to believe it kind of situation.
Yeah.
But you can still plug in a mic, you know. So you got that
Okay.
option. So
plug it into the controller.
yeah, they have a 3.5 on the Pro
like it.
controller now.
I like it. I'll
Which the
probably
Pro
do that.
controller has paddle buttons.
Hey,
what up?
things I
Additional-
don't ever use.
I know I don't use
Yeah.
that much
Additional
either, but,
buttons.
but it looks cool, and it's got the 3.5, so that's nice. But I mean, game chat, it's cool.
So
it's neat.
my question
it's
is
good.
because
It's
you
great.
guys play the Switch a lot more than I do, and since we're kind of diving into this a little bit, the dock system has a fan to it
Yes.
to cool down the system.
Yeah,
Does that worry you guys at all?
no,
No,
Of it overheating?
no.
not really. Well,
it not-
well, okay,
does-
yeah, actually, it does.
Okay.
it does.
Okay.
Is it gonna? I mean, I assume.
Are you gonna play it by hand and it starts overheating?
No, well, because it's not
That's-
gonna be. The
It only
reason
lasts
that
2
it-
hours on battery life, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah. There's that too.
And that's not a joke either. That's like 2 to 3
Yeah,
hours
yeah.
battery life.
No, I think well, the only reason they need the fan is because it's going to project 4K from the dock.
Okay.
So it's going to be using a lot of power and a lot of energy. So
Okay.
you're going to want that cooling.
Okay, I was just curious about that because I saw that.
But
And
I'm
it threw
worried
up a red flag to me.
When it's on the dock, like, are we going to get warping at some point? Like, I mean, I assume they have.
that would be awful.
I'm assuming that they have
What do you mean
figured all
warping?
this out.
Like,
'cause
All
it's
the
gonna
heat
get
would
so
start
hot.
to warp the plastic and shit.
Yeah, but it's a metal backing, isn't it? Or
I
is it
think-
just a metal kickstand?
I think it's metal kickstand,
kickstand.
plastic back.
So we'll find out. Because
$500 later, you'll find out. That's okay.
when the Switch released originally, the dock was scratching people's screens.
Yes.
So they had to like make adjustments
Yeah.
to that after the fact. And those people had scratch screens.
Yeah.
So there could be a potential of that, of some kind of weird just overheating issue in general.
I feel like I just need to wait off from buying a Switch 2 until like all the bugs are figured out because I don't think the bugs are figured out.
But
It's
it is
cool.
nice. That,
Yes.
that was like on our wish list for the Switch 2 is that we could play 4K
Yeah.
on this. I mean, hell, we were just like, you just give us 2K.
Yeah.
But now we got
NBA
4K, which is
2K.
really cool.
Yeah.
And we get 60 FPS on
Oh, I
there.
forgot to mention it's also HDR, which is cool too.
yeah,
So you have
that's
the
nice.
high dynamic range light. So although you don't have OLED with the like a rich blacks, like HDR will be a nice bonus. You know,
Yeah.
HDR support will be good. They also have a feature called Game Share, which I thought was kind of cool. Where I did read into this a little bit more. We can't use it for our events, which I was really sad about. But basically, if you are all together with your friends in a room and one person has Mario Kart, but the other three do not, you can enable a game share and invite your friends to play without having the game, and they can jump in and play Mario Kart with you in the same space.
Oh, it's almost
On the
like
Wi-Fi.
it's almost like It Takes Two or like
Yeah, but you have to be in the
you have to
same
be in this.
Wi-Fi. But,
Wi-Fi,
Yeah, but
oh.
yeah, it's kind of like that. So it's like if we all came together and we're like, let's play Super Mario Party Jamboree from the couch. Instead of putting it up on the TV, we could all have our Switch devices. Or if we want to play Among Us, you know, you could do that. But
So
you
you
only
can't
have to
really-
have one copy, and you can
can't
share it
really-
amongst up to three other players.
You can't really give the copy to someone.
No.
That's what I thought it was. It's just like, hey, you can have this copy. I'm done with it.
Yeah, it's
Don't play it.
local
It's
local play with
Wi-Fi.
other
Okay.
people. Yeah.
I mean, we could do that for our events, can't we?
No,
We're all
No,
connected.
it's all
because I think it has to
connected.
be the same game that you're in, is my understanding.
Yes.
Oh, well,
I don't
yeah,
know, like,
what if
no.
everyone's playing the
So
same game?
we have 4 TVs
In the
set
same
up.
game? Yeah.
Well, that
And
means
they're
you have
all
one person
one
playing
person on
per.
one TV.
Remember we
there
do
you
4
go.
player
It
split
clicked.
screen.
I see.
Yeah,
I
click.
see.
That's what I originally thought too. I was like, that's gonna be perfect.
Yeah, that's what I thought
But
as well.
now we can't do that, unfortunately. It's very sad. But that's okay. It's fine. A couple other things that they announced with this is they're going to have a new microSD Express is a new format. The device on device will be 256 gigabytes instead of 32, so a lot more
that's great.
storage. Yeah, but obviously that means the game's going to be a lot bigger. But you can't use old SD cards. You have to use an Express SD card because they're faster transfer rate. So it is what it is. But that's a good bonus, I think. Yeah, what else did I miss here? Spatial 3D sound they talked about. Oh shit, you know. And then accessories. So they have the Pro controller for $80. That's the Switch Pro that has an audio jack, the C button, and then 2 extra back buttons. And then they have the Nintendo camera that allows you to have like the picture, like your face in the video as you're like talking to people. Or there's certain games that will actually put your video into the game, like Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Yeah.
Probably won't be fully supported in a lot of games, but it's a neat little novelty. And then they have the Joy-Cons, I believe, are like I think $80. I believe is what they were running.
That was close.
Yeah,
Dude, that's a
That
lot.
was fucking close, dude.
but they're very powerful. You know, they do a lot of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
mouse feature, baby.
I know, that's what you're paying
Extra
for.
$20.
And the magnets.
And magnets. Magnets.
all the magnets and
expensive.
HD Rumble too. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
There's extra rumble.
No, sorry, $90, not $80. $90.
Oh, I was right, motherfucker.
Holy shit.
Don't break that Joy-Con.
Bro.
Yeah.
Damn,
So
I'm
the
most
the,
definitely
the,
gonna wait
the
off.
Switch 2 controller is $80, and the Joy-Cons are $90.
I'm most definitely going to wait off.
I'm still gonna get it, but I'm not taking these to
Hey.
the event. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Donate
Play
to the Inner
Switch
Gamer if
1.
y'all want better fucking Switch 2
Playing
games
Switch
or some
1,
shit.
damn it.
God
Damn.
damn, I told you. $90.
I didn't disagree. I was
I didn't
saying
even
that
know
I
the
said the
price.
original ones, like
Yeah.
the current models.
yeah,
Joy-Cons
okay.
are like 60,
yeah,
70.
Okay.
So, how do y'all feel about the price of this thing? $449. What do we expect? I can't remember.
Originally, I think we said 400.
Yeah.
And I think originally I was like, oh, 450, that's fine. 500, oh, I get, Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
And then people are bringing up that you can get the fucking Steam Deck for $400. And I was like, are you kidding me? I want to spend $500 on.
I mean, it is a better video quality on the Switch.
No.
Just the worst library.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah, you're there for the game.
the bang for your buck. Look, if all you play, no, just
Can I say something real quick?
please.
No.
I got more to
Just
say.
kidding.
Though.
Go for it.
I know, but just on the price point, Nintendo did like a live stream of like showing all this.
Yeah.
And people were fucking commenting
Oh,
like
yeah.
crazy.
Drop the
drop the price, just over flooding the comments
Yeah.
saying it. So, anyways, continue.
I mean, I think the thing that we harped on the most for like, I don't know, as long as the Switch has been out, is like every year we did a Black Friday thing. It was like, what's the gift to get? You get a Switch.
Yeah.
Go buy the Switch for
Good family
$350
device.
or whatever. You get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Like, you're gonna get a lot out of it, and that was the appeal of the original Switch. Yeah, there's the Joy-Cons are pricey or whatever, but you get the one, you're pretty much set. And now they have like cheaper ones. They have the one that's just you can't disconnect the Joy-Cons or whatever. Go out and get that. That is great.
Switch Lite.
This is now, I think it might be overpriced. I don't know if I could recommend this for people to go out and just get it day one or in the first 2 years. Like, the kids who can convince their parents to drop a few $100 to get a game console that they could play so much out of is now no longer tangible, in my opinion. And I think that is the biggest thing. And I think Nintendo is going to fill that. It is now, it is more expensive than getting a Steam Deck, which has all the games in the world. Like, if you love Nintendo, I'm sure you're going to get it. And I'm really tempted to get it because all the games that are there look awesome, which we'll get into in another segment. But I just don't see how this is feasible. Did they pack too much technology in this thing? I think they did. You don't even get an OLED screen.
Yeah, you do. Sorry, I was going to say real quick. You do get so the Steam Deck LCD, 256 gigabyte, 1280 by 800 LCD display. So it's a little bit less resolution, but 7-inch screen, 60 hertz refresh rate, 2 to 8 hours of gameplay, $400. So yeah,
Yeah, like you don't get the Steam Deck to play 2K, 4K games.
Yeah.
Like, you get it because
Yeah.
it's handheld.
I think, personally, I hate to say this, I think it's a reasonable price for what we're getting out of it. I don't think it's a reasonable price currently because it's Nintendo and they don't have a lot of games that would want me to pay that price. But for people that are dedicated Nintendo fans, I think there's a lot big improvements that they have accomplished with this console. And I think it's reasonable. I mean, almost every single console that's came out, the PlayStation 5 is how much? It's like whenever
500.
500 whenever it was first dropped. I think it's a reasonable price. Personally, and they have really,
I don't know. That PlayStation 5 is a much more beefier system than this for an extra $50.
but still, I can't tote my PlayStation 5 around, can I?
Well, you could.
I mean, yeah, you can buy a PlayStation Portal.
An extra $200 for getting what out of that,
Yeah.
So I think it's a very reasonable price, especially with the game sharing alone with other people with Switches. I mean, that's cool. And the mouse feature, it might not benefit you, but it'll probably benefit other people, and they can open up to more games. That's what I'm waiting to see. What other games are they planning on to drop into this game, into this console? Really?
Yeah.
I think I personally, what I'm going to do, if I do buy this, I'm going to wait off until I see more games drop for it. And it's a game that I want to play, and it's only exclusive to the Nintendo Switch because I already own a PlayStation 5. I already own a PC.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting on like good titles to come to this game besides like Mario and all that other stuff. I personally think everything that they've thrown into this is a big improvement is worth the price, but they don't have the games to back it up yet.
They do have a pretty good launch library, though. I was pretty impressed with that. I mean, I think there was 10.
Oh, can we talk about that real quick?
Launch library?
The whole cartridge issue.
Yeah, what about it?
Where you buy the physical copy, right?
Oh, the virtual keys or whatever
the
they're
virtual
called.
keys you have to scan on the back of the goddamn box, so the card is pretty much pointless.
Yeah, the card's basically like a digital key that you put the cartridge in, but it doesn't actually contain the game. It's just a licensed key for the game. So you have to be connected to the internet. You download the game, and the cartridge just basically just grants you access to the game from where you get it from.
That's the one thing I don't like. You
What
have
the
to be
fuck?
connected to the internet.
I don't know if that's with all of them, but I don't know. But it sounds like several of them are set up that way.
That is a big turnoff for me. I think that is fucking ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. And on top of that, it seems like, well, the prices is going to be all over the place with the games. Without getting into games, well, Mario Kart World is going to be $80 if you don't buy it.
We can talk about the prices
with
of
the
games.
Switch.
We're not,
Yeah. And then Donkey Kong's going to be $70, which I think is weird. And so we've hit the point where we are having $80 games. And I think
Well, 90 Mario Kart World is gonna be $90 physical.
So that's actually false.
Oh, is it false?
Yeah, so it came out that that's actually false. It's
good.
It's $80 digital and it's $80 physical.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Oh,
Which-
thank God.
Well, no, not thank
That's
God.
great price.
Should be.
It's worth it.
it's worth it.
You would think the physical copy would be more expensive because that was like the whole thing back in the day of like why we need to go digital. It's because like, oh yeah, there's all these costs of like, you know,
Well, they've
putting
never done
things
that,
on the
unfortunately.
shelves.
They haven't given us that luxury, unfortunately.
Well, they used to, you know, Steam games would be cheaper originally because they were like, oh yeah, it's digital, so you know it's a cheaper game because you don't have to do stocking fees or whatever. And now it's just like everything costs the same amount,
But
it's like what, $80 for a game. We're here. This is the thing that people have been talking about for the past I don't know how many months. Like, is GTA 6 going to be $80? Well, guess what? Nintendo doing it because they
$100.
know they can get away with it.
Yeah.
Because people are going to buy that game. That's the only experience, the only place you can get that experience.
so my big thing about this, right? I don't know for sure, but with that game, you buy the game and you try to resell it at GameStop. You already scanned the code.
There is no resale value.
Is there zero resale
That's
value?
a good question. I don't know.
There's no resale value.
You can't let anyone borrow the game either
Well, I wonder.
You can only like invite people to come play it with you.
on the same Wi-Fi.
Yeah, on the same Wi-Fi.
So I think they are negating all those resales.
They are.
If that's the case,
There's
like,
no way to sell this. There's no way. There's just no way.
No, there's a way. I mean, like we buy products every day and never resell them. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I know.
That's
I
what
get
they're
that.
trying to get at. You know,
Yeah.
you fucking buy, you fucking own it. You can't fucking do anything else with it.
Well, that's the crazy part. It's like, hey, I'm okay. Like PlayStation, they're like, here's the PlayStation 5 for $400,
Yeah,
and there you have no disc drive, so you have to buy everything digital.
yeah,
The trade-off is we get something cheaper to get on the digital platform,
yeah.
and Nintendo's like, you're getting digital and you're gonna pay premium. Like that just doesn't make sense to me. That's why I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people and a lot of kids are like, oh, I gotta get the Switch.
But that's
their parents are gonna look at it and be like, we ain't getting that.
Yeah, that's where I think as a whole is like consoles are just trying to move away from the physical copy.
Oh no,
together.
yeah, 100%. Because
And
they're
then-
losing money.
And that's another thing, like having to have an internet connection just to play the fucking game. I know a lot of locations, a lot of people that don't really have great internet or don't have internet in general,
Yes.
and they go out there and waste their money on something like this and buy the game and just fucked.
So I will say with the GameCube card, I did just read, you only need the internet access to download the game the first time, and once it's downloaded, as long as you have the cartridge inserted, you don't have to have internet access to play the game.
Well, yeah, no, I get that.
Okay,
100% get that, but I'm curious if you can trade in that
Yeah.
game after you purchased it.
GameStop might not accept it.
I would assume not, because I
Like-
feel like anything you like scan, that's it. Because what
Well, I would see like the scan is tied to that potential game cartridge somehow.
But I feel like that would negate them from people buying like once they come out with the Switch 2 Plus or whatever the fuck they're gonna come out with. Oh, well, I have this old game. How can I fucking? Well, I guess your account's linked to it. I don't fucking know, dude.
So here's the other thing I'm just thinking about. It costs money to put a game on the little cartridge,
thing,
right? And to pack it and ship it. If you're packaging an empty game cartridge, which
is a key access,
won't have anything on it, minus like a few megabytes being like, oh, this is you can activate this. Why are we paying premium price for that? Like, it's coming from the internet. It should be cheaper.
Because you're paying for that fucking digital. You're paying for that physical thing.
Well, you still gotta pay for the servers and stuff like that. So like, there's still cost with it, even if it's a digital thing. Like,
so then making it digital like
servers.
that is making us spend more money on it. Like,
well, it's not necessarily more money. It's just like it's not gonna be any cheaper because you're still having still have costs of services and
why is it
goods and services.
More expensive?
I thought you said it was
Doing
same.
it this way. Well, no, I'm saying like it's the same paying for physical as it is for digital.
Yeah.
I guess I'm relating that cost now to the cost before. Like if games before were just $70 and you could put or $60 and you could put the game on the cartridge for that amount of money.
Yeah.
And still make a profit. Why are you making it this way? Is making it that way more expensive?
I don't think it's more expensive. I think it's probably, at the end of the day, I think it's for them to simplify their, because you don't have to have two different UPC codes. You know, at the end of the day, it's like you have one game and it's got one price, and that makes managing your what do you call it? Your managing your SKUs easier. Because like if you have two copies for every single or two SKUs for every single game you sell, that makes managing and distributing that stuff way harder because you're now having to distribute technically two products instead of one product. So rather than saying like, hey, physical and digital is going to be two different prices, which creates two different SKUs, let's just make it one SKU, and then that way that's how you sell it, just that one price. Even if I think the price difference, there will be a price difference on cost that they probably make more off of digital versus not, but it's probably pretty minor, I would imagine.
NFTs,
baby.
baby.
I did find out here though that the GameCube cards can be shared and resold. So it's basically just like when you have the GameCube card, it connects to the internet to verify you have the physical device, downloads the game, and then you can play it. But you have to have the card inserted, but it doesn't have it like stored. I think it's probably just because there's probably a capacity situation. Maybe, you know, it's kind of like when nowadays we buy discs that don't ever have the game on it. You know, you put the disc in the console and it doesn't have the full game.
Yeah, so downloads everything.
Yeah.
Then why not just do that? What's the like?
Well, because there's
Can't
no
just put it in there and just download the game
well, it does do that
You have to scan it.
from the internet.
from the internet.
But
though.
just like with-
if I didn't have internet, like on my PlayStation, if I didn't have internet, I can still plug in a game and fucking it'll download the game and I still can play it.
No, you still need internet access to do that.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No. No.
Yeah.
Really?
No?
Yes.
Wait, what?
You need internet access. When you plug in your game for the first time,
Yeah, you have to download it.
You gotta download it from the internet.
Yeah, you gotta get it
Yeah.
off the internet.
you're not downloading. You're not downloading it off the disc.
Yeah, that's.
I thought you
Yeah.
were downloading from disc.
No, there's nothing on.
There's
the
nothing.
disc.
There's no.
What's
why
on the
would-
disc?
Why would you have to download off the
It's
disc?
just
It's
being
already on
like,
the
Why
game.
do I need the disc?
It's just
The disc is it's a
telling the-
DRM thing. It's to validate that you
it's
have
to
it.
it's to tell the internet with the 3 megabytes on there that you have that disc.
What the fuck?
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it's stupid.
There's probably some data
The
on the
disc
disc.
is just
but
middleman.
Yeah.
I know.
The disc is just a paperweight, man.
It's costing us more money for the middleman.
Just cut out the middleman.
Anyway, I was going to move on to. Yes, there's backlash and stuff.
Yeah.
And I forgot my point now. Sorry.
Cripple wheels.
I got all up in this thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
middle-
All for this
thing.
business. So okay.
Oh, yeah, now-
Oh yeah. Go for it.
Tariffs. Now
Tariffs.
So Nintendo's like, here's all
They're
these
great.
ridiculous prices. People are upset. Jason was saying that they were in that chat just the whole time. Drop the price. Drop the price. And now that they have tariffs,
I hate to say it, nerds. It's not prices.
Nintendo has come out and said that they have stopped pre-orders, which was supposed to happen in 2 days, at least at Best Buy. It is the 6th today. as recording this episode. And
This episode comes out the day before pre-orders were supposed to start.
yeah, so we don't know when the pre-order is going to start again. We do know that the date has not changed for the Switch to come out.
Yeah, they said it won't change.
And so that leads me to believe that are they going to raise the price on us?
Are they
again?
100%.
evaluating the price?
Because I guarantee you they are not going to make that many sales.
I'll let you money. It's gonna be like $600 now.
Dude, it might. And this is the thing, like, Nintendo, you should have just like kept the price at a reasonably, like thinking ahead. Like, we know Trump is doing all these tariff things. We don't know what's going to happen. Let's put the price down a little bit, and then assuming that he might do the tariff things, we could easily just be like, the price increase is a tariff. Sorry, we have to increase the price.
Well, they probably have the price increase right now because the thing just costs more money to make.
Yeah.
Why would they delay pre-orders then?
Well, they're delaying pre-orders because they don't know how it's going to affect shipping and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they've got distribution across the entire world.
Yeah.
And that's going to
feel like
vastly change because it's not as much the cost of the device it's going to cost more. It's how much it's going to cost to send it from all the different countries to all the different countries. They don't know what that looks
They're going to
like
have to
yet.
increase the price because the shipping to get it there.
Well,
is
it might
gonna
have to
be-
increase the cost of shipping.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They
And
have
that's
to
what they're trying to
they have to
evaluate.
figure out
is
and
figure all
balance it out.
that stuff out.
And I
may
feel
not
like
impact
the
the
price
cost.
was already dictated after they made the device. They already had all that in place, and then that happened, and that throws off all their fucking numbers, and they're not going to make a fucking dime from it.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, the prices is going to get jacked up.
Oh, it's 100%.
And it's just like, at that point, did we just wait?
Yeah.
At that point, I'm going to wait. Like,
Yeah, you got to wait for more games.
more than 500
perfect
bucks.
time.
Like, holy shit. That is for a Switch. It's just...
It'll be
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to go up. I feel like they're not going to raise the price of it, but I could see like they're going to find ways to sneak it in with like the shipping stuff, honestly.
Well, they're probably sneaking in with the upgrade packs for all the Zelda games.
Yeah, that's
bucks.
another thing that I'm curious about too is like what they didn't announce. They don't think they've announced what the cost is yet, have they?
$30.
Is it $30?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Seriously?
Let's look it up.
Dude,
Let's
Death
double check
Stranding did
me.
a $10 upgrade.
That's crazy if they charge $30 for that fucking upgrade.
Zelda
It's Sorry, excuse my language.
It's
Wow.
Nintendo, dude.
Switch 2
Fucking love it.
upgrade.
That's insane. It's just better frame rate.
I love it.
Yeah, it's just very minor changes.
But no, that's
They still
is that
do amiibos?
is that if you already own it, it's $30?
yes, it's the upgrade pack.
That's
That's crazy.
There's no way.
You better get more content or
Freaking
something.
tariffs, man.
I don't even think that's tariffs. That's Nintendo.
Nintendo tariffs.
Nintendo terrorist. You motherfucking
Oh
terrorist.
my gosh.
The
that's
Switch 2
crazy.
is a terrible console. Don't buy it. Made in Japan.
Keep talking. I'm still looking.
You got
this
to
up.
do the American one. American Nintendo.
It's a huge console. It's so much
Huge.
more huge, and therefore
So much bigger.
our reciprocatory tariffs have to increase
It
to
makes
cover
fried
the
chicken.
huge- God damn.
And McDonald's. And spits out Coke. I love Coke. Not the cane. Just Coke, the one you drink. Even though, back in the day when they put cocaine in the Coke, it was phenomenal, but we don't do that now, right? We don't do that now. But it was great. Make it great again. Put Coke in the Coke. I'm just saying, you didn't hear it from me.
Yeah, you
fucking love it.
You went down.
I'm
into
sorry,
it,
I went
man.
down a fucking rabbit hole. Y'all should have stopped me, man.
Nah, man, we're
I
all about,
wanted you to keep
we're all
going.
about this Maba now. You know what I mean?
Fuck, dude.
All about that Maba.
Maybe.
Make America broke again.
Ketamine. Ketamine. Ketamine.
It's all through Austin. Have you found this yet? We gotta get back on track.
I love the ketamine.
Anyway,
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Elon and
Breath of the
I
Wild.
love it.
My bad. Fake news. Breath of the
Oh,
Wild.
misinformation.
It's always
Breath of the Wild and
Fake
Tears
news.
of the Kingdom are getting a $10 upgrade for Switch 2.
Oh my god, that's very different than $30.
It is.
Thank
$10
you.
reasonable.
Okay.
Maybe I heard someone lump a bunch in together. It's like, I have to pay $30 for all this.
Yeah. Anyway, well, $10 is more reasonable. It's still crazy, but it's more reasonable at least. So that's good. But the downfall though is.
Go ahead.
No, wait. Can you still use the cartridge? You can still use the cartridge. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
it's
you can
it's
still-
the SD card
yeah.
you can't use. But yeah, so I don't know. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about on this side of the Switch before we get into the games? The next conversation.
I just remember watching it. I was wondering what y'all thought about it. Like watching the direct, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, this is everything I wanted. Look at all the games coming out. Like I am so pumped to get the Switch 2.
I was so hyped.
And then it's just like everyone started talking about like, have y'all looked at the numbers? I was like, well, maybe. I like literally was so hyped. The 450 and the 500 were just like, woo, yeah, I don't care. And now I'm like, this is changing everything. I don't think people are gonna get this.
Well, I think they will. I mean, it's
100%
Nintendo,
think
man.
they will.
It's Nintendo. But like, I mean, Jason's point, like 450 isn't crazy. Like,
No.
I'm not losing my mind about that. Really, I kind of expected it because it is. They gave me what I wanted in it, so I'm okay to give them that. Well, it's an extra $150 from the original Switch because the original Switch launched at $299.
Yes.
So pretty big difference for sure. But I still think it's like more of a premium console now, which is good. So I'm okay with the price point. What I'm not okay with is just them jacking the cost of the games up as they are, because I feel like that shouldn't be happening. I feel like they should have like thrown us a bone and been like, they're gonna raise the price of games to like $80 a pop. Like I'm okay with that if you gave me a cheaper console, but I don't like that it's all
if
the
it was
same.
400, I guarantee you people would not be so upset.
Yeah,
So you're scared of that extra
$50.
$50?
Well, yeah, because it's because you're taking an account that if you don't get the bundle,
Just $399 sounds so good. You know what I mean?
yes,
Yeah, like
that sounds so
$3.99
appealing.
They're doing a 007 project?
they are.
Yeah, but yeah, dude.
But yeah, it's like $80 for Mario Kart World with
fuck it. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I don't play my Switch fucking at all. I thought about fucking
see.
buying the OLED so I can play Luigi Mansion 2 again because I really love that game.
Oh, that game's so good.
But like, I just don't have anything else to play on it, and that's why I don't care about this console. The improvements that they made on it, phenomenal. I love it. But does it make me want to buy the console? No. I'm content. I'm happy.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because you don't have to get the Switch 2 to play some of these games. Like some of them actually have a
Yeah.
Switch 1 version,
I get
Right.
that.
which won't
Metroid Prime.
have like all the greatest stuff.
Right.
But you can still play it, so
Yeah.
you can still spend $150 and play.
That's
a lot
why
of
I'm
these
like,
games.
we should just, in my own personal opinion, I really think you guys should just wait off. Let
I'm
it come
probably gonna
out,
wait.
fucking wait off.
Oh, I'm
and
not. I'm gonna review that shit. I'm jumping on it, bro. Oh,
Okay.
you're talking about them, the audience.
Yeah, I'm talking to the audience, not to you. Just wait off. There's no reason to jump on this until some like really good titles come out.
Is Prime coming out?
Mario Kart World, bro.
I mean, even Mario Kart World, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We will get to that.
What'd you say, Prime? What?
Is Prime coming out day one?
I thought you meant Amazon.
Oh
Prime.
no. Yo, I don't know actually.
I can't remember. We'll look it up for the next
I
segment.
don't know if they
Yeah,
announced it.
I really personally feel like there's no need to get it right away. And like Austin said, with the tariffs happening and everything, just wait off a little bit, let that die down, and see where we're sitting at then. So I mean, it gives Nintendo an opportunity to like, oh, it was fucking 700 and now it's back down to 450. That was our original price, but it's a deal, type thing. When the tariffs
Well,
are kind of
they're probably going to do
No,
that.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know a lot of people were upset, and
I know.
But
And-
Nintendo has done some price gouging.
To be honest,
past.
people should be 100% upset. It's been a hard couple of years
Oh,
with
yeah.
the economy and stuff. I get it.
Yeah.
Like, it's difficult.
Yeah.
So manage your resources, manage your time, and really outweigh the wants and the needs. Do you really need this at this
We
moment?
don't really need this.
We don't.
I like the OLED Switch. It's great.
It is great. One last thing I want to mention that I didn't mention that came with this that I think is actually a pretty awesome upgrade for a lot of people that like older games. The inclusion of GameCube coming to Nintendo
Oh,
Switch
that's
Online.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. Like, I mean, we were like, it's an extra cost, it's monthly subscription, whatever. But the fact that now you can play Sega Genesis, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, or regular Nintendo, and then Nintendo 64 and GameCube and something a Game Boy all in this package. Pretty big deal.
That is
I mean, there's not like a lot of games on here yet, but the fact that they've continued to add stuff to it and they don't expire, is pretty awesome that you have that massive library that you can pull from.
Yes.
And they're giving you an official GameCube controller that you can purchase.
Oh, that's cool.
wireless, that has all the features of the Switch, but specifically for GameCube. So, or not giving you, but you have to buy it. But it's kind of a neat upgrade.
$100,000.
Yeah,
Just played it in gold. I'm just
so yeah, definitely will be interesting to see kind of when this game comes out, see how the sales do. I do think that it's gonna struggle at first, probably. I mean, as great as it is, I think it's gonna get some good initial sales, but I think people are gonna be like kind of weigh the cost and be like, damn, that's a lot of money to spend.
Yeah.
When I already have a Switch, and especially because like these upgrades are really, you're not going to get the families that are going to go out and buy this necessarily day one unless Mario Kart, yes, like that's going to bring a lot of people, but there's still like a lot of families that like they don't care if it's 4K 120 frames per second.
No.
We care if it is, but not every gamer. This is just going to kind of bring more of like the diehard gamers into the ecosystem to like want to play this console again, I think. But I feel like it's not going to be as big of a, I think it won't be as big of a selling point to like families who are just like, oh, I'm going to spend this $450 because we got to have the latest and greatest. It's like, well, if you can get half the games on your Switch already, like let's just do that,
I mean, you could buy a Steam Deck on a summer sale or just during a sale, and how many games?
Yep, but we're going back to families.
Yeah,
We're
Families
talking
can
about
do that.
families.
So there's not as many
You
multiplayer
can't really-
accessible options.
Yeah,
for
you
that, though.
can't really hook it up to the TV and fucking
can.
split out Joy-Cons.
Well, you can't do that. You can't do
Okay,
that.
so
I mean, you can
yeah,
put it on
like
TV.
let's reel it back a little
This
bit.
is easier for sure.
Yeah, this is way easier.
This is the Mac of Mac versus PC here. So
All right, fair enough.
yeah,
This is console to PC.
Right, that's why you spend it more, right? Because it's a Mac.
yeah. Oh, also, Game Chat will be part of the Nintendo Switch Online subscription, but they're giving it to you for free for a year. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
That's so sweet
that's
of
right.
him.
That's right.
yeah. But yeah,
nice,
so
nice.
Switch 2, some really good stuff. Great device, great upgrades. Little concerns around the price, but kind of we'll see where they land after they figure out this whole tariff situation and open up the pre-orders. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get it, but I definitely was hoping for a little bit more cost-friendly situations.
I think a lot of people were.
Yeah. So yeah, Switch 2. Let us know what you think in the comments below.
And don't worry, the price will drop. We bombed them once, we'll do it again.